Hello, happy Saturday around the world. How exciting.
Guys, we are so fired up. Things are happening. The best thing is all of our friends are winning with their health, of course, with this incredible X39 patch and the technology. If you're brand new, you're going to start feeling the energy. Just engage. Make sure your friends are engaging. Text a team member. Let them know that today is going to be incredible. We've got a fantastic lineup for you, and it is going to be very informative. That's the key thing. And if you're with Onyx and Gina, you're going to have a blast. So that's the key. So I won't tell you that much, but I will say that we are really wanting to make sure that nobody is left behind. You know, our goal is to break 100 senior directors, and it's not that difficult. You get caught into this momentum, you're just going to be dragged right through all the ranks. But we're going to break 100 senior directors by the end of December. That's a 90-day run.
Mark our word.
And we're going to make it happen. And we can't wait to help you get there and bring your friends with you. So set that goal. Listen up. Get a notepad right now. Make sure you get a notepad because there's going to be some great notes to be taken today.
But hey, guess what? This is recorded.
Yeah.
So you win again.
Yeah.
So the important thing is once this is done and we post it, you're going to make sure you grab that recording and send it to anybody who was not able to participate on our 90-day ride to Aruba.
Hey, I would say the number one place to be connected is to get to our Quantum Field X39 team private Facebook page. If you're not on there, get on there because that's where we're putting every bit of information that we can so you're up to date on what's happening. Make sure your team is on there. We want to congratulate all the rank advancements from manager all the way up to the highest rank in the company, senior presidential director. We can't name them all because we'd be here all day for the recognition. But I will say that everyone is running through the ranks. That means we are exactly what the Quantum Field Team 331 system is working. And we're going to be learning that again today, as long as you implement that. And that means that it's proven because everyone is winning. And that was our biggest prayer for Gina and I when we came in here, was to find a place that everyone can win. And that's what's happening, because when you got a product that does all the talking, you don't even have to open your mouth. Just place the patch on a friend or a prospect or a new friend, and you're going to win.
I agree. One of the things that I've been loving about this 90-day series that we've been doing is all the different perspectives, but yet the similarities in everybody, whether it's Tim and how him and his wife are building using 331, or whether it's going to be Al and his wife today, or whether it's somebody that we're going to feature or somebody we've already featured. It's beautiful to see the nuances and the differences. And I always say to everyone, you don't want to become Onyx. You don't want to become Steve and Gina. You want to be the best you that you can be. So for me, I take a little bit from Tim and I take a little bit from Steve and Gina. I take a little bit from Al and I try it on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that worked. Yeah. Somebody just said yes to me. That worked for me. And I'm going to do that again. And I do it again. And I do it again. And I do it again. And if I try something on and it doesn't work or it doesn't feel right, I say, no big deal. Okay, that's not it. Let's try this. And I'm shifting and shifting and shifting until I find what works. But I'm always remembering that I've got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So I spend less time talking when I'm interacting with somebody about X39. I'm leaning on the tools using Start X39 rather than me telling them there is everything there is to know about the product. So I cannot wait to hear today's guests. These two are fantastic from Canada, moving up through the ranks, bringing team up through the ranks as well, even though they've had some challenges in Canada. So it's really wonderful to see. So I'll be quiet.
Let's build them up with a little.
So, hey!
Let's build them up with a little. Bringing this heat all the way to Canada. There we go.
We have been friends with this couple for a very long time. I actually forgot how many years, but they're like the little Steve and Gina. If I could say anybody is, they're like our little twins, and just such a special couple, great leaders.
Yeah.
Just great people, big hearts. They love the Lord. They love this business. They love you.
Yeah.
And they are going to give you some amazing information today. So remember, it's recorded.
Hey, the third highest rank in the company at a record pace. That proves that Quantum Field System 331 is happening. They started with no patches. They were promoting it. I don't know how many, they'll tell you today how many people they enrolled on diamond packages without even a patch on them because they trusted the judgment of us. So, hey, bring them up. Brand new executive directors all the way from Canada, Alan Sherry Huva, our friend.
Woo-hoo!
And you got to unmute yourself, Alan Sherry. Unmute.
Unmute.
Maybe Neve can unmute.
There. Got it.
Okay.
We go.
Good job. Woo!
We're good.
The host,
Take it
the
away.
host, hey. Hi, guys. How are you?
Excellent. We're great to see your faces up there in where you Calgary today.
Calgary, yes.
All
Well,
right.
Thanks for recording this session because then I'll know what I said.
Okay.
Okay, so Sherry's going to lead it off. And we're just so thankful for the opportunity, thankful for Steve and Gina and Onyx. And, you know, we're just really excited about how this can help our friends and family. And so Sherry's going to kick it off. And here she goes.
Alrighty, so I'm just going to give you hope today because I'm just thankful that Steve and Gina continue to think about us because, you know, at the time when Steve and Gina called, we were actually at Maple Lake at our other rental property, and we're with our daughter and our granddaughter. And I saw on my phone that I'd missed a couple calls, and then right away I thought, oh, something's happened, something's wrong, or you know, I better get back to them, kind of thing. And then when I called back, I mean, they didn't know that I had tore the labrum in my hip, and I wasn't sleeping good, you know, and you don't necessarily share that with all your friends, right? So when Steve said he was having results, and I saw too that on Facebook, he had said that he had surgery on his back. And I mean, that was pretty major. We were praying for them. And I thought, well, you know, I mean, I wasn't even around.
I was golfing, actually.
Steve called. So I chatted with them and, you know, I just thought to myself, well, you know, I can't live on painkillers. I'd be like, okay, today I'm going to take something, tomorrow I'm not gonna, you know, because I'd wake up in the night because every time I moved, I could feel it. So I thought, well, you know what? Hey, what have I got to lose? I'm going to use a product. I never thought about building a business. We have not done anything in 6 years. Not to say that we're, you know, I mean, we're retired, but we're not like doing
Lazy.
nothing, you know, like, I mean, we're busy and life is busy, but right away I thought, well, you know what, I'm just going to get the diamond kit because I want to get the best price, the best deal. Oh, I don't know how long the product's going to take to come.
And I don't care what else
I don't
says.
really care what else says because this is real pain, you know? So the product took, you know, over 2.5 weeks to come. And I remember Gina reaching out and saying to me, I'm thinking, well, I don't even have the product. Like, how am I going to start telling anybody about this? You know, and people say that to you. And it's like, you have to go on your friends that you know that have already used a product or whoever shared it with you, or look at the testimonies that are there for you to check out. And you can see how, you know, I mean, it's, you know, everybody's going to get a different result. But I was just like super hopeful. And I knew I had lots of people I loved and cared about. And if I could get like 19 sleeves, guess what? I could share it with a lot of people. And honestly, the product just started working. I started sleeping better, feeling better, more energy. And now I can even say after being on the product since July the 7th, that's when we got our product. And it was like half a day. It was middle of the day. We got our package. I just slapped it on the back of my neck. I grabbed Al. We did the same thing. And I am finding that my sunspots on my face are getting better. And I'm like, that, I mean, that wasn't even, I was hopeful that might happen, but I'm thankful. So just for any of you, you know, we're saying, hey, you know what, take it just to be preventative. You don't even know what's going on in your body, you know? And I've had results with my hip and my knee, and it didn't happen right away either. So I'm saying, you know, like, you don't know what it's going to do for you. So heaven forbid you just send someone a 5 or 7 day sample and don't really get them on the product. You need to make sure that you're on it 30, 60, 90 days, because I'm excited about where it shows, you know, what to expect.
Do you have that slide,
That
Steve?
slide is amazing. Basically letting people know what to expect once they're on the product.
We got 40 slides, so I hope you got them all.
No. So the biggest thing is that, the first few days, it's going to start regenerating, activating your stem cells. And if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, Al says, if you're the most broken up, you're going to see the fastest results. And that's the truth. If you got all kinds of ailments or things that are happening inside your body's like, whoa, all this new stem cell activity is going to do something, right? So get excited about that. So everything from all the changes. So within the first, 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, long term, people say, well, do I stay on this forever? And I'm like, well, does your doctor write you a prescription and tell you to be on something forever, whether it's blood thinners or whatever you're doing, and you don't even question it? Of course, you're going to want to be on this product. So guess what? We're going to teach you how to have this product and have it for free. So that's never an issue ever again. And you can start sharing it and blessing other people with the product. So Al's going to share with you kind of how to get started in regards to, we're going to tell you basics. And it's going to be exciting because I just pray that something we share today really, really activates you to just get brave and just start doing it and not to overthink it, because this is really simple. Everybody needs to reactivate their stem cells. Everybody needs an opportunity. The last 2.5 years have been crazy. People have lost their jobs. People need to, people need this. And so just believe that God's going to lay those people on your heart.
Good job, honey. I have to put my glasses on to read what I wrote. So, hey, we've got some great resources, starting off with the QFTeam Biz site. I'll just tell you a quick story. A gentleman I play golf with up at Maple Lake, one of his brothers, thank you, the 90-day run to Aruba. So that's what I'm going to be talking about, and how to get there. Okay, I can't read that fast, but there we go. We got it. QFTeam Biz. Thanks, Steve. You're getting pretty technical. And the Start X39 and the QFTeam Biz. So we have been built a business before, so we have learned quite a few things, but we realize that there are people on this call that have never done this type of business before, like our friends Bill and Allie and Pam and Tim. They have never done, but they have had great success because they plugged into the system to learn how to do it from somebody that's already successful. So if I wanted to be a pro golfer, I'm not going to go learn from somebody that hits it 2 feet off the first tee. I'm going to learn from somebody that's successful, that's already achieved what I want to achieve. So that's some great websites. But I agree with Matt Curtis on why would you want to do this, and why would you feel motivated to call somebody? Yeah. And I think the bottom line is everybody has different reasons for getting in this business. I know Sherry at the beginning, she bamboozled me and got in and said, hey, I'm just going to use a product. We're not going to build any kind of business. And then Gina gave her a little wake up call and said, Sherry, don't be so selfish. There's lots of people that need this that you can share it with. And, thank you, Gina, because that really kickstarted her. It did. Honestly, she said, we got to write a list. We got to get going on this. So here we have patchy internet and up at Maple Lake. And the interesting thing is that, Sherry's not even in the picture. Oh yeah, she's backwards now. That's so weird.
How did you do that?
Anyways, I forgot what I said. Oh yeah. So anyways, we wrote a list, which is probably the most important thing you can do. Yeah. And most of the time what we do is put the people closest to us on our list right at the beginning. And then we put acquaintances. And so if you go through your cell phone right now, like Matt Curtis says, I don't know how many thousands he has on his cell phone, but we have lots of people on our cell phone. So it's all about how you want to contact. And that's what Sherry told me I was doing today, is talking about contacting and inviting, and why you want to contact and invite. Do you love people? Do you want to have a business? Do you want to have more money in your retirement? For us, really the most important thing in our life right now is making sure our granddaughter and our family's taken care of. So that takes money. Daycare takes money. Yeah. University. So there's lots of reasons why you want to do it. And that's what's really going to motivate you on why you want to build this business. But I think as far as contacting, inviting, start off with a list. And I know there's a lot of people we hear on these Zoom calls about every single person I talk to is getting in. Right. And I think that's when you have a result with something, when you have great friends like Steve and Gina that have had such a great result and are so positive that you believe in your heart, when I talk to every single person, they're going to get in. So when you get your first no, don't be worried about it. because maybe it's not right now, maybe it's in the future. And Sherry's going to give you a couple examples of how that's happened for us personally and friends on our team. And you would not believe the people that are hoping it's going to work for them. They may not believe in themselves as much, but they're also watching you.
Yeah.
How you're reacting, if you put a post on social media, or they're watching in the tree, they're watching you and what you're doing and seeing your activity. So I think the biggest thing is just don't give up, because what if the next person that you call, however you call them, whether it's on the phone, whether it's through video messaging or a Zoom call or through Facebook Messenger, that might be the person that's going to blow this thing up. You know, look at the gal that went to Aruba last year. I forget what Steve said the guy's name was, but he won the whole thing. And I don't know if she had a relationship with him, but the guy blew it up and she got to go to Aruba too, because there was so much excitement.
Yeah.
You know, so people say, well, I don't want to talk to somebody because I don't know what to say. Well, I think the biggest and most important thing is you just share your story.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Steve said I think it was at, I can't remember what meeting it was. He says, I say the same thing every single time. Yeah. And people get in. So guess what? Say the same thing every single time. Sit down with your spouse and talk about what you're going to say. So I would say the same thing about, hey, Steve called Sherry. You know, I didn't want to do it. She wanted to use it. Steve had great results. And so that's what I say every single time. People say, really? And I like what was said the other day about someone said, oh, I talked to this person. Well, hey, I've got a friend. Oh, the couple that spoke last week, I think it was. I can't remember their name. Not Tim Gidley, but the other people. Anyways, I can't remember. But they said something to the fact that, hey, yeah, maybe that might help me. They said something to the fact that hey, my friend used to have that problem too, and it's helped them. So, I mean, there's some great little things you can say, but I would just tell your story and be honest with people. Yeah. I mean, I'll give you a quick little story. I started this off, but I forgot where I was going with it. But my friend that I play golf with up at Maple Lake, his brother was a professional hockey player. We've hit it off. We've been friends for 5 years. I said, Sherry, they've really been on my heart to call them. Yeah. So I called them 2 nights ago, and they said, oh yeah, this sounds interesting. We did it on a FaceTime video call. We found we've had the most success. And in our prior business, when we built the juice business, we would physically meet with people. Yeah. Now, the thing that we have going for us, oh, there we go. The thing that we have going for us now is that people are so used to using technology and doing Zoom calls and video calls, it's not out of the norm. Yeah. But I feel when I can look Steve and Gina in the eyes and they can see my expression, I feel it's more effective than sending a text message, because there's no expression. There's no, I'm so excited about this. Well, you can see it on text message, but us physically interacting with people has worked so well. So we gave them a call. We talked to them. Sherry had to run out the door to do something. So we sent them the video. Usually we watch the video with them right on the call. Yeah. And we say, what an amazing video. Then we don't say anything. We let them talk. They say, wow. One, they say, how do we get this stuff? Yeah. Well, that's a buying signal right there. Well, all we do is fill out this form and you get your stuff. It gets delivered to the door. And then, or they say, hey, this could help my friend. They ask a few questions. You lead them on to ask some questions. So we found that very successful. So we just got off the phone before the call. That's why we were a little late getting on the call, but we just signed up this couple. Yeah. A really nice couple that I play golf with. Because we had that interaction, we said, hey, you've probably got some great questions. They said, you know what? We looked all over last night. We looked at all the different sites. We looked at some guy's site and it has his ID number, but we didn't know if we should sign up with him or not. And we said, thank you that you didn't sign up for him. So that's why it's important to get your information to the people and answer their questions. You know, so Sherry and I do this when we're talking to a couple, husband and wife together, just because imagine trying to explain it, even though this is simple, you put a patch on 12 hours a day, 12 off, and explaining it. Then the husband's got to go explain it to his wife. And then she says, oh, I heard something about this before. So if you can get the husband and wife together, whether it's on a Zoom call, whether it's on a messenger call, whether it's sitting down having a coffee face to face, you have much more success. We believe you have much more success than you have to feel like you're chasing them. Well, did you talk to your wife? No, I didn't talk to her. Well, when is she home? Oh, she's not home till 9 o'clock tonight. Well, can I phone you at 9? Oh no, we're busy
Then you
tonight.
think
And
you're
you
pestering
feel
them.
like you're chasing people. I do not like to chase people. And Sherry's going to tell you one real quick thing she does about contacting people using Messenger or text or media.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you get the In Touch app for your phone, because everyone has a cell phone. And so that way, then you, however you communicate, whether you use WhatsApp, whether you use Telegram, whether you're using Messenger, Facebook, FaceTime, whatever it is, you can reach people. So like Onyx talks about using that 331, I started doing that. I didn't even know I was kind of doing that, because I started just reaching out to people. And whether it was, say maybe somebody, they just still use email, then maybe you're going to have to contact them through email. Maybe you're going to have to phone them. Maybe you're going to have to use Messenger. Use whatever works for you to link with that person. And just sending a message, like, don't just go out and spam a whole bunch of X39 start right videos to people, because that's really, really impersonal. You need to personalize it. Like, people get laid on your heart. They sure have for me and for Al, where suddenly it's like, I wonder how that person's doing. I wonder how that couple's doing, and so then I would just send out a message. Hey, I was just thinking about you, wondering how you guys are doing. You've been on my heart, and then I just leave it. I don't say anything about the business. I don't send them a video, and so then, and the cool thing with that is that, if people don't get back to you, then they may not want to talk to you, but you have to be kind, because people got stuff going on in their lives. They're busy. I mean, think about it. We've had summer's so busy. You get company, people are busy, they get distracted, their kids are out of school. Now it's fall, so get excited. Kids are back to school, people are getting back into a routine. So now it's easier really to connect with people more than ever, because they're like, oh yeah, Thursdays I do this, Wednesdays I do that, but let's talk on Tuesday. Great. Let's talk Tuesday at say like 7, so really set a specific time to get back to them. Same with this couple that we were supposed to get back with them last night, but they quickly sent a message and just said, hey, you know what? There's some stuff going on. Let's chat first thing in the morning. So I'm like, okay. How about 10 o'clock our time, which would be 9 o'clock your time? And they're like, yeah, let's do that. So it's a matter of following through, and that's where the In Touch app is so awesome too. You go into the back office, you can go in there and see all the videos that are there, the testimonies, the X39, 49, all the videos you need to send. We're in horse country, right? So I'm excited about the patch for the horse too, because not even just people need this, animals need this too, right? So just however you're going to relate to them. And it's cool because that little app, when you go in, all you have to have is either their email or their phone number, and you put their name in, and then you can send them the link to the Start X39 video. I tell them it's a short video. It's less than 3 minutes. People are busy. They're thinking, oh, this video is going to be 2 hours long and I don't have time. And, so already tell them it's short. And then just you can check it out, sort of see what's happening. Then you can actually make inside there, you can have it alert you like a day, 3 days, whatever you want, 24 to 48 hours. You need to get back to them, because people get distracted. So you can try to keep it in your calendar in your phone. You can do whatever you want, but this is great because it literally alerts you, tells you when they've opened it and viewed it, how many times they viewed it. I'm like, if they view it more than once, they're interested, right? So then it's a matter of right from there, you can link and go right back to their email and say, hey, it looks like I saw you checked out the video, isn't it great? Let's chat some more or whatever, but I don't ask them a bunch of questions. I just tell them, isn't that great? And then kind of move from there as well. If you have somebody who's interested in the product and they're kind of really can't totally make a decision, I'll even just say to them, you know what, I can send you a 5 or 7 day sample. So then I'll package up. I use this is what the big sleeve, this is what it comes with, the little sleeve inside it. So if I just use this packaging, I put a new label on it, I put my address on there. And then inside there, I actually put this little quantum field card. It tells them how to use the product, tells them 12 hours on, 12 hours off, drink water, and then kind of what to expect. Then I put my name, my ID number, and then the link to my website. And then as well, I'm going to put in an application form inside there because I'm expecting them to get started. And if I've already enrolled them on the phone ahead of time, I'm sending this so they can photocopy it and start signing up their own people, kind of thing, right? And then as well, inside there, I usually send them, I just use the little sleeve that's in here and send them their sample, what's inside there. Same thing I write on there, 5-day sample, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, drink lots of water. And then I just send them a little pamphlet just so they know kind of, you know, what about the copper peptide and what it's doing. It's reactivating your stem cells. So I package all this up together, and then we take Porter and we head to Shoppers, and the post office is there, and we mail stuff from there to wherever it's going.
So we can meet new people.
Yeah, and that's where I met the lady from the post office, and she was basically doing 2 jobs and running around like a crazy person. And so I said, okay. She's, oh yeah, you know, I've got a dog that has arthritis. I have all kinds of sleep issues. So this is one thing too that'll help you. It's really important, obviously, if you have a stranger and you're going to be patching a stranger, it might seem a little bit weird because you're like, okay, they don't really know me. They're wondering what I'm doing. Sure. I show them my patch. I say, oh, look, you know, I have my patch on the back of my neck, or that day I had one below my belly button. So I showed her I had one below my belly button. And she's like, okay, great. So she took it. So then I came back, you know, 6 days later, because obviously she's out of product. Well, I get there. She hasn't even patched herself. She's thinking it's some big ordeal to patch yourself. I'm like, you just have to brush your teeth and slap your patch on. I said, and then, you know, wear it all day, go to bed, brush your teeth, pull it off. And she's like, yeah. I said, tell you what, I said, turn around. Let's put one on you right now. Because look, see, I got mine on. Now you can put yours on. So I peeled the patch and she turned around and I just put it on the back of her. And then, so, I mean, sometimes you have to really, and you're doing it. So it's, you're being respectful, but you're showing them you're serious, right? You're serious about showing them that it's not like you're talking about it, you're doing it. You're actually doing it yourself, you know? And then it's just a matter of following up with that person, you know? And sometimes you might fall up for a little bit, but you know what? That's okay, because all I know is that it really is timing for people, and they need to know that, I think this thing is right in the middle of my head. There we go. They really need to know, you know, that you can't push a noodle, right? So you're trying to help get people engaged, and then you're going to help them, but you have a sense of urgency, right? That's really, really big.
You know, and I know in person that, you know, it's when we're out meeting people and we're out doing our normal life, you know, Onyx says in the nooks and crannies.
That's right.
And so we're all doing different things every single day. All we have to really do is the biggest thing is make a friend, say hi. Yeah. And, you know, I'll be honest with you, we just moved here to Calgary, so people are a little different in the big city. I say hi to everybody, and
they look at you like,
they look at me like, did you just say something to me? You know, so we're trying to change it. We're trying to change the climate here, but you just have to keep your ears open, really. Yeah. You know, and I talked about a little bit when we had the Zoom call, I think last Wednesday, talking about a thing we learned a long time ago called form. You talk about their family, you talk about their occupation, you talk about their remote control, recreation, you talk about their motive or money, or, you know, you just find out a little bit about them without them really even knowing you're finding out much about them. And most of the time you'll find a need, whether it's, hey, I used to play golf, but I can't anymore because my knee's messed up. I used to play hockey. Talk about things that, you know, you're interested in, that they might have an interest in, whether it's cars or pickleball or whatever. And you will make a friend. They'll say, wow, that guy was really nice. I really like him. And then maybe the next time they come in, they'll remember your name, and you're like, well, this is a sharp guy, you know, and then you start building a relationship, or you find out, could they use this product, or could they use an opportunity? You know, so I think the biggest thing is a lot of us try to think that we have to have the perfect thing to say when we call somebody. No, you just have to tell your story. Be you. I do not want you to miss out on this opportunity. I don't want you to be in pain anymore. You know, when people say, well, Al and Sherry, have you got all your family signed up? No, we haven't got all our family signed up, because they remember the stupid things we've done in our life, and they don't think, even though we have had success in the past, they just don't remember those things. They just say, oh, remember Al in the family photo when he was 8 years old and he had his zipper down. You know, they remember stuff like that. I mean, really. And you just have to have fun. I mean, I said to Sherry when she first started, I said, we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We're not going to get stressed. And I think what a lot of people, when they start seeing everybody move through the ranks, they might get a little bit jealous and say, hey, Steve and Gina, they went to this point and they went so quick. And so they're just getting in and they're putting so much pressure on themselves by saying, I got to get to senior presidential director and I'm going to be there in the week. Well, come on. Just think of what we've all gone through in our life and the life experiences and the things that have built up to this point. Have we put enough hours in developing our skill set? So every time you phone somebody or we phone somebody, we say, what could we have done better? Could we have done something a little bit different? Could we have got maybe the wife on the call with the husband? Could we have maybe phoned at a better time? So we all learn and we have to develop our skill set. Obviously you can tell I'm already a bit of a talker. So, I have to learn the KISS principle, keep it simple, silly. I was going to say stupid, but silly. We just have to keep things simple. We just have to tell our story, love on people. You can say all the right things to somebody that isn't looking for an opportunity. Maybe somebody wants to be on disability for the rest of their life. You can't help them.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe somebody isn't open at that point. You can't help them. But here, what you can do, you can fumble your way through something, watch the video with them. They say, how do I get signed up? Right? You said you didn't say all the right things and you go and Sherry and I look at each other and say, wow. Oh my gosh, they were meant to get in.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that a lot of time we put so much pressure on ourselves. I think that you really have to you can be happy where you're at, but you can also say, hey, this is the reason I'm doing this. So what do I need to do to get to the next level? The first goal is manager. Steve got some slides and this is right on the QFTeam site and it'll direct you exactly. Just say you're just getting started today. Here's your 30-day goal to manager. So here's you get in as a gold. You go put a silver on your left, a silver on your right. You put another silver on your left and you put another silver on your right. So that's 30 days. Now,
yeah, but it doesn't have to be 30
exactly.
days. It doesn't have to be 30 days.
It says 90-day run to Aruba. Now, maybe you want to do the 30-day run to Aruba. It doesn't have to be 90. It just depends on how bad you want it. And I will tell you, if you have never been on free trips that the company pays for, I tell you, we went a bunch of free trips to Maui with Steve and Gina and a bunch of our friends. They are so much fun because I don't know about you, but if you go on one of these all-inclusives and you try to get the best deal and you go to the all-inclusive and you go to the food, the salad bar and the food bar and you're like, oh my gosh, I guess I get what I paid for, and the accommodations and, so here they're going to pay for everything. So that's your first goal, 30-day goal to manager. How do you do it? You write a list, you tell your story, you call them, don't give up on them, but don't bug them. Don't keep coming back every day. Say, here's another video. Here's another video. If they haven't looked at the video, or like Sherry said, if they haven't replied back from you, they might not be open right now. Yeah. So, and here's your 60-day goal to director. Basically you just keep duplicating that process and helping people on your team. So what do you want to do? You want to put 20 people left and 20 people right on your team. That's your goal for long-term security. And to go senior director, because guess what happens is, like Steve says, not everybody is ready to run right now.
That's right.
Like we had experience in this industry. Were we ready to run right now? Well, not for the first couple of days, because I was still a little bit upset that Sherry signed me up for something that I didn't want to do. But once I realized that Steve and Gina, I said to Sherry two things. I said, do you think Steve told us that story? This is after she signed us up, so I didn't have any recourse. But I said, do you really think Steve told us that story about his great results on his back and he lied to us? Do you think he really, just to get us signed up in something? And Sherry said, Al, we've been friends for 25 years, more actually. I don't think he would do that. And then I said, well, sure, they're going to have success, but do you think we could have success? She said, Sherry said, Al, I will tell you one thing. This product's going to work. If it worked for Steve, it can work for a lot of people and a lot of our friends. Yeah. So we have to tell people about it. So that's when we wrote our list. And when you start talking about the 2020 vision, it says right on there, what's your daily goal? What do you want to do? What are you going to do? What can you do in your time, in your day? Obviously, if you want to get to the 30-day goal of going to Aruba, you're going to have to put a little more effort in. So what can you do? You can block out a time in your day. Say you work a day job. You can work out a time in the evening, because guess when people, if they have young kids, they put their kids to bed 8 o'clock, you can phone from 8 till 9 o'clock, or you can do follow-ups, or you just have to set the time when you're going to do it. You know, and Steve and Gina, why they succeeded so quickly, they had 10,000 hours built up to become professionals.
More than that.
We spent time before going to seminars. We learned how to communicate, and we're still working on it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still working on it, but we're having fun. Like before, we felt we really had a lot of pressure because we had to get to the next level. Here it's, hey, this is God's timing in our life. We're going to say, hey, who should we call today? And if it's meant to be, it'll work out. So maybe all of us have to cut ourselves a little bit of slack and not maybe try so hard. I always call it, when you're coming in on goal, shooting on the goalie, if you're squeezing your stick too hard, you're not going to make the shot that you want to make and score the goal. So all of us have to relax a little bit, but be serious on what we want to get out of this, or go to Aruba. But we just have to relax and have maybe a little more fun. If someone makes a joke, like I talked to the guy today, I just shaved before I talked to this guy today, and I had blood on my face, and I just said to him, and I got this napkin and I'm going like this, and he says, Al, what's wrong? I said, hey, I just wanted to look pretty for you while we were talking, so don't mind me. And he's laughing away. And I mean, I think if you can have fun, people will realize this isn't some kind of job. This isn't something that, you know, we got to get stressed out about. This is going to be something fun. Can you be upset if someone doesn't get in? Of course you can, but that's their deal. That's not your deal. You are the messenger, telling people about an opportunity, telling people about how something could change your life. If they don't want to receive the message, that's not on you. That's on them. But if you leave them graciously, like Sherry says, they will come back to you when they start seeing, one, either you succeed, or maybe you're not hobbling around anymore. They see you, they'll say, wow, that thing really works. So go ahead, Sherry.
And
Sorry.
the good thing too is that, you know, the exciting part is I remember saying to Steve and Gina, how many of these patches can we wear? You know, because, you know, some of us feel a little more busted up than others, right? And that's where, you know, you really have to make sure you're letting people know, you know, drink enough water and all these things, because some people might go through a little bit of a detox. They might have to ease themselves into the patch. Otherwise, I mean, most of the time, honestly, I wear 2 patches, because I wear either one below my neck, or I wear one below my belly button, or I wear one on my knee, or, you know, I'm thinking, man, why would you, if you can afford to, and you got this product, why would you not be wearing as much as you can so that you can, you know, jumpstart? I mean, this is the holy grail of anti-aging, you know, so we all want our extra boost, you know. So I think the biggest thing is just, you know, don't be afraid to share the patch. Don't be afraid to let people know, and, you know, wear it so they can kind of see it. You know, you go to the hairdresser, they're doing your hair, and here's this patch on the back of your neck, you know. I mean, if they're not even sharp enough to say anything, you're wondering, you know, what do they think? It's a smoke patch, or I'm not sure what they think it is. But, you know, I mean, if Steve, he's got one right on his arm right there, right? I mean, so, I mean, the person have to be totally out of it not to notice what's on your arm, you know, you got a boo-boo, or, you know, what's happening. So it's a matter of just being relatable with people, and like Al said, just having fun, really having fun. And I know for us, if someone is not excited about, you know, feeling and looking younger, then, you know, I don't know, maybe can't help them. And we've got stories where people have used a product. This gal, she had been in a motorcycle accident over 30 years ago, literally almost like full, like fibromyalgia in her body. Within 4 days, noticed huge results in regards to it helping her, you know. And, you know, but, you know, other people, it might take a little bit longer, because I tell them, I don't know what it's going to do for you. I don't know what's going on in your body. And that's where, you know, there's things that happen, and people just got to be open to just trying it. Like, you know what, hey, just don't overthink this, you know, just start putting it on, start using it, start sharing with your family, you know, tell your family and friends about it, but just do something every day to move forward, you know. Don't, Al and I talk really fast, so I apologize, but and be excited, you know, because you know what? Nobody wants to get in with somebody who's a drag, you know, or that's like hounding them or bugging them or being negative. And, you know, whether you're building it together as a couple or you're building it as a single, you know, it really doesn't matter. Just link arms with, you know, whoever's in your upline that's excited about it, who wants to, you know, is going to help you. I mean, I've got people that work out in the bush, don't have proper Wi-Fi. I mean, like, you know, so they're sending me their information. I mean, you just got to so I can help them. I'm there to support them and help them, you know, enroll their people and get them started. And so, you know, treat people on your team like they're your personals. Like, you want them to know that whether or not you're their sponsor, that you're there to help them, right? And that really is important. I'm not sure if Gina's sending me a message or, yeah. It's all good.
Give them the hook.
But just do something every day, you know, so that you can feel like you're moving forward, you know. And if you're doing something and it's not working, then like Al said, you know, maybe change it up a little bit and try something different, right? But we didn't have product to start with. So honestly, our business was exploding. We had no product. You know, we just told our Steve's story. We just told from other testimonies what was happening. And so, you know, just be ready, like be ready to enroll people, have that application form, have lots of them, you know, and it seems maybe a little bit barbaric that we can't actually go online and actually fill their form out for them. But you know what?
We will.
We will be able to. And, you know, if there's issues or concerns or like, I mean, Canada's always been a little bit different, you know, so then go ahead and sponsor some other people from some other countries, you know, don't worry about it, you know, and
people say, how do you fill out this form?
Here we go.
How do you fill out the form? How do you get people signed up? A perfect example, when we just signed up this couple, I said, okay, those are great questions. Hey, so here's how that works. Here's how this, I say, okay, so what's your email? What's the best phone number?
Seriously. Yeah.
So do you want it shipped right to your house? Presume they're getting in.
Yeah.
Like Sherry, a great thing she does is send them right when she sends a video, she sends an order form. So if they don't have it, we say, okay, hey, we'll send you this order form. We're going to send it to you on Messenger right now. You can look through it. So here's what we did. We got on the Diamond Kit because we're cheap and we wanted to get it the best price and give our friends a bunch of product that they could use. Oh, okay. So, but what do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to use it, well, my wife, she's going to be the guinea pig. Okay, well, if she's going to be the guinea pig, you want 3 months, so you get the silver one. Does that sound? What do you feel comfortable? Yeah, I think we'll get the silver. Okay. So, I just need your credit card. We just filled it out and said, okay, we got your form. We're gonna put you in. So people say, well, how do I close on somebody? What's the close? Well, the close is, hey, I don't want you to miss out. I'm your friend, and I want you to feel better. Okay, so what's your email? That's what you do. Repetition over and over and over and over. It's so simple. A lot of people are making it hard. This is not hard. This is actually simple. The hardest part is right here.
Yeah.
Should I phone them? Should I not phone them? Do you think they'll be interested? No, they won't be interested. I don't know. What do you think?
Just phone them.
Just phone them. And why are you going to phone them? Because you have a reason to phone. You want to go to Aruba. Maybe you've never been on a trip. Maybe you want to pay off your mortgage. I don't know. Whatever your hot button is, whatever is exciting to you will make you make the phone call. So,
and maybe who do you want to go with you to Aruba?
Exactly.
Because it's going to be fun, you know, and so you don't want any grumpy people there. You want people that are going to be fun. They're going to be, you know, and I think too, people don't realize as well that the order form is, it's just a way for them to kind of just quickly get started, because we were kind of overthinking, you know, what do we say to close them? What do we say to these? What do we say? And it's just a matter of saying, hey, you know, you just got to try it for yourself. Let's get you started.
And I think that people that have been networks before or kind of networking business have keywords they use. I'm involved in, or we got into something, or so just when you tell your story, just keep it simple and say, hey, my friend phoned me. You know, Start X39 is a great thing because people look at it and say, wow, that is a professional site. They don't even say, hey, that's one of those networking businesses that my friend bamboozled me and invited me for supper over, and this big meeting came out and I was totally offended. And guess what? If you keep it simple, use the tools, plug into the system that's going on already with the QFTeam site. Steve and Gina are going to put up that QFTeam site again. And just to recap, I imagine you're on this call because you want to go to Aruba or you want to get your business going. All you got to do is follow the system that's put in the QFTeam business, step 1, step 2, just go through them. And and learn how to become a professional at this business. Does it mean that you have to be all serious and, you know, we're serious about what we're doing? But guess what? People are attracted to people. That's why people love Steve and Gina.
Yeah,
well,
they're
Gina
fun.
especially, because she's so much fun. You know, Steve, yeah, he's pointing here. He already knows. Because if people see people having fun,
Yeah.
they say, I
It's
want to be
community.
around these people. So what are we doing here? People say, why do I have to go on that Zoom call? And we're just about done. Why do I have to go on that Zoom call? Well, you don't have to go on the Zoom call, but you maybe don't want to go to Aruba,
Or maybe your work.
you know,
whatever.
or I wasn't able to get the live one. I'm going on the recording one. So when you plug into a system, if you want to be successful at something, you got to do what other people before you that have become successful do.
Yeah.
So you plug into the Zoom calls, you get plugged into the system to learn what all the steps are. You write out that little, I don't know, can you print out that what you just put up for Aruba? Can you print that right out off the Quantum site?
We'll
Yeah.
get it on there. We'll get it on there for you.
Okay,
Yes.
so then
Yeah.
you could actually have the circles and put people's name in.
Yeah. Start
So
physically writing
people
it
say,
in.
well, I sponsored
Yeah.
my 20 left and 20 right.
Al, real quick. for
Okay,
you.
thanks.
We have this on the Quantum Field site, which is more professional, that has it
Right.
right here.
Yeah, perfect.
All those
Print
can
those
be
out
printed
and you
out.
could even put them on your wall.
Put in your fridge.
You know, so when you sponsor your people, put them in there. And then what Sherry's really good at, perfect, thank you. What Sherry's really good at is keeping in communication with people.
Yeah.
Because as Steve said, not everybody's ready to run right now.
Yeah.
But guess what? If you send them a little, maybe once a week, if you feel that that's right, saying, hey, I'm just thinking about you. I'm so happy that you're on our team and people are having crazy results. Just a little thing I'm thinking about, just communication. Because guess what? They say, you know what, Sherry, I remember about 3 months ago, you sent me that message and I was having a terrible day. And you sent me that message just to say you were thinking about me. That made my day. I'm ready to build this business.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's all about timing. And the biggest thing too is that, get excited that you have a system that you can plug into, because I don't know about you, but work isn't sending you to Aruba for free, you know? So the biggest thing, it started August 22nd. It's already got started, the qualifications. That's okay. They're actually, do you know what they're actually doing? They're tricking you to build your business to earn a free trip. You know, and that's not, every level you go, as you're qualifying, the period is from the 22nd to the 31st of December. So obviously we're going to be going sometime early in 2023. And the cool thing is that if you're just getting started, you have the biggest opportunity to create the most points, because you haven't even sponsored anybody yet. You're moving on. Your goal is to go manager. Your goal is to go director, to go senior director, and all those levels. And then you're enrolling for customers, and you're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So just, they're actually helping you to earn this free trip by basically saying, let's build your business. Let's help you build your business, And so I think that's really, really huge. So, and we always tell people, hey, there's a few ways to kind of get started, and give them the options. Everything from retail preferred to being a distributor. I tell them, why would anybody want to buy at retail? Nobody would. Well, you know what? I sponsor someone, they wanted to buy at retail. Well, I'm like, okay, if that's what you want to do, But, I'm like, hey, I prefer customers, great too, because you know what? You can start using the product. Once you see how it works for you, you can earn stuff for free. But then you can quickly enroll and become a distributor and start building business. The sad part about being a preferred customer is you don't get a spot on the tree, and you could have thousands of people underneath you. And you might want to do that because that's a big thing. Otherwise, I always tell them, hey, don't be afraid to be called a distributor. Like, it doesn't mean you're out there running all over the neighborhood distributing product. You're getting your own product, and they're getting their own product to their own home. So it's not like you're stockpiling a bunch of stuff. You're having stuff to get people started right away so that you can give them that sleeve. By the time they get their product, they've already been using their product. They can get back the sleeve. That's what you can kind of do. But the whole, to go to Aruba, I just think it's fantastic. It's just a guideline in 30 days to go manager. But honestly, if you really want to do it, and then team up. Hey, don't be selfish. If you've got people that you jointly know with other people, then, we personally have given other people to people because, you do
So they had a
what
relationship.
you do what other people do, right? So because we're thinking, well, you don't want them to feel like that they're not on the same team together, because now you've personally sponsored. I mean, it's only a first order bonus. It's kind of, it's such a short-term vision. Yes, there's money there. Yes, you can have your product paid for. But if these couples know each other, I want them to feel like they can work together, that they can build and work together. And that's why it's really important when you're first enrolling your first couple people. You may have the benefit of what they call a power leg or an overflow leg.
But everybody has to build 2 legs.
Everybody's got to build 2 legs long term. But if you're going to put 2 people in and you're going to help that new couple get started, I am never, ever, ever, ever in a million years going to be putting somebody that they first got started on that inside leg. Because if they never sponsor anybody again, that couple's now in no man's land, or that single person or whatever. And now guess what? I got 3 legs to build, or 4 or 5 or 8 or whatever, right? So you only have to build 2 legs, so, just think more long-term about what you're going to do to help, because you're going to go manager, help others go manager, and help them go manager. And then basically, auto ship is your key, because you're building 4 weeks from now, right? So and people get the most money back from the plan if they're on at least 2 sleeves, because that's telling the company that you're a builder. You're not just you got some skin in the game, and you're actually using the product and sharing the product. So that's how your product gets paid for quickly. But I know with Aruba, that is something where, you all want to be there. And Steve's going to share a little bit more about how that exactly is going to work. But, it's not like your job where they're going to send you anywhere. They may be sending you your pink slip or whatever. You don't have a job, right? So we want you to build this in your nooks and crannies, build this on the side, and just have fun. And just, it's great to just reconnect with a lot of people. We didn't go out and, sponsor a bunch of networkers. We didn't, because the last 6 years, we've met a lot of other people,
Yeah,
so
built relationships.
Yeah, build relationships.
Well,
Okay.
hey, guys, what an amazing, relatable training. You couldn't get any more relatable to teach us everything that we need to do. From this call right here, every one of us can go out and build a huge business without even changing a bit of what you said. There's nothing that you told us that we couldn't go all the way to the top with. So thank you so much for sharing with us.
Absolutely incredible. It made me think about the time when we got involved in the juice business, and I was on the airplane, and I was thinking to myself, as I was a flight attendant for 25 years, and I was thinking to myself, there has to be a way out of this tube with these people. 250 people that I didn't know. I would rather be with fun people that I knew.
Yeah.
And because I built it, I got to retire August 1st of 2008.
Yeah.
So this is big. But like they said, you got to take this as a responsibility. It is a big business. Be patient with yourself, but move forward. Do something every day. 331 Quantum Field QFTeam biz.com is the most amazing site. They were talking about this form here. This is the last form that is on the site.
Senior director.
So this is your goal.
That's our goal.
But you're going to print, if you're just starting, you're going to print the first sheet, which is Go Manager. Then once you go Manager, and it has places to put the names. Come on. We are doing everything possible except getting the numbers out of your cell phone. And I said to someone the other day, do you want me to help you call the people in your cell phone? And they said, yeah. And I said, okay, great. I can't wait to sponsor them. And they go, no, I'll call them. I said, okay.
So guys, what an incredible training today. I'll give you a couple quick updates of what's happening. There were some people in the chat saying they want to have the information on where to connect. First of all, go to the Quantum Field X39 team Facebook private page. Sign up there. Onyx and myself will make sure that we put up our page that has all the other places you can connect, our Telegram. But if you go to Telegram and say Quantum Field X39 team, you can find our testimony page and our team page. Same thing with the other options. It's always under Quantum Field X39. So look that up, but start with the Facebook page. We're going to get more and more information on that page, but right now there's tons of all the new rank advancements. You can't get more fired up just going on there. I will say that next week we've got our same information that we always have, but let's just make sure that you have the information. We've got and again, if you haven't gone to the QFTeam Biz site.com that Alan Sherry we're talking about. Make sure you get there. Every Wednesday night, we have an opportunity. So it's a launch event, and we're always on Zoom no matter what. And sometimes we're at different locations. So this week we're going to be on Zoom. Next week we're going to be in West Palm Beach area. So we'll give you that information coming up.
And on Zoom. It'll be both next week.
Always on Zoom, no matter what. The Spanish link for the Zoom is the same link that we always use, that we use every Wednesday night and Saturday. We will have a special guest speaker on Thursday. Alberto, who is the general manager of Mexico, wants to share. He sees all the energy that all of you have in the Spanish market. You know that we still do not even have a Spanish presentation as of yet, which is incredible. You're in a 19-year-old startup company, and we are so fired up about that. He's going to share his passion, his enthusiasm of what's going on in Mexico. That is a country that is wide open. The office is about to open, so that's going to be on Thursday night. Make sure you got all your Spanish friends on there. Mike and Saeed and Carmen and Dave Abdu are doing an incredible job hosting this evening event on Thursdays. So it's every Thursday night. We have a Spanish, so we don't want to leave the Spanish folks out. This is our next live event that's coming up in Boynton Beach, which is in the West Palm Beach area. Expected hundreds of people. You're going to be on Zoom as well. Just to let you know, all the brand partners, which is the new name for distributor, it's $5 to help pay for the room, because rooms after COVID is not cheap. So $5 per distributor. All guests are free. But that way, all of us are pitching in to help pay for the expense, and that's going to be not till the 12th of October. But start planning on it. And by the way, Gina has tickets. You don't buy the tickets; they're for VIP type promoting. But she has tons. If you live in the area, or if you've got guests in the area, get a hold of us. Get a hold of your upline. We'll either mail them to them, mail them to you, or stop by the house and pick them up, so that you can have a lot of your own people there. Then we're always going to have the Saturdays like we have today. We're focusing all the way through December. And I did see the qualification for Aruba. We've got 3 months starting today. October 1st is today. We've got till December 31st. No matter where you're at, you've got plenty of time to qualify and to win big and be one of those 100 senior directors that we're going to break on the Quantum Field team between now and the end of December. So it's going to get exciting. These Saturdays are so informative, so relatable, and so special. And I love what Alan Sherry shared with us today.
Amazing.
Onyx, maybe you got a few comments before we close it out today.
Absolutely. I thought Alan and Sherry were fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. As I said at the beginning, I think it's beautiful to hear just the little tidbits of what each person is doing that's the same, but yet slightly different. Here is the screen. If you all have a phone, take a picture of this. This is how you're going to connect to the Quantum Field team. There's the Facebook page and everything else as a way for you all to get connected. And these things of just growing and growing and growing, which is wonderful to see. One of the things that I heard Alan and Sherry talk about was when somebody says no, it doesn't mean no, never. And I will tell you all, if you haven't heard it, I'm going to tell you again. Steve and Gina, I invited into the business 3 years ago, and they were a no. But I did not take their no as a no, never. I kept circling back around, waiting for the timing to be right. So everyone on my list, if they say no to me, and people say no to me, just like they say no to Alan Sherry, just like they say no to Steve and Gina, the majority of people say yes, because people want better health, but I still hear no's, and it's okay. Steve and Gina were a no to me, you all. I didn't take it as a no, never. I just took it as a no, not right now. So you keep going back around. And in the meantime, I keep doing my 331, finding new people each and every day to put into my business. So thank you, everybody, for a great call today. It was absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Gina, for all that you do for everybody. And we're going to have another great training on next Saturday on your 90-day run to Aruba. So everybody have a great day.
So, hey, make sure that on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, this is an opportunity meeting. This is your opportunity to get as many guests onto that Zoom, and Onyx and Steve and I and all the other leaders will be doing the work. You know, we're predictable. We're going to do our best job to help you win. So make sure you pack it out Wednesday night as well as Thursday night with the Spanish. opportunity. So God bless you guys. Remember, the week ends Sunday night. So
we
keep
got plenty
going.
of time this week.
You got this. We believe in you, and have a fantastic, blessed weekend.